Hello everybody, my name is Zach, aka The Weather Gamer, bringing you Week 3 Team Builder for FWL. Chicago Charizards taking on the Washington Brivaries and Coach Rye. Rye has a very interesting team, very troublesome team. Phone, stop going off. Stop going off, phone, I told you no. Behave. Very interesting team. He's got Trick Room potential, which scares the living crap out of me and my front office, and I really had to think really hard about what we were going to do with phone. Come here. Okay, come here. Shut up. You're going right down here. Very worried with what the potential of a Trick Room team coming. So outside of Trick Room, though, the Brivaries have Infernape, Ribombee, they have Snorlax, which is good in Trick Room, Rotom Mow, Rhydon, which can be an issue in Trick Room, as well as Mega Mawile, a great Trick Roomer, Lando T, Milotic, Greninja, Virizion, Garbodor, Reuniclus, which could be his main Trick Room user. Actually, I think I screwed that up. He does not have Virizion, he's Rotom Mow. Duh. Yeah, anyways. Really scared of Reuniclus coming. Reuniclus could set Trick Room and then hit me hard. Mega Mawile and Trick Room I don't have really much for. One thing we did experiment a little with was potentially bringing a min speed Trevenant with Earthquake and like Citrus or Iapapa, or Citrus, not Citrus, Iapapa or the Dark Resist Berry. Problem is Mega Mawile is just so ferocious that it kills that, so we kind of gave up on that idea. We are rocking with what we got. Oh, I started this video wrong. By the way, a lot of you are probably wondering, okay, where's WWC playoffs? Because I made playoffs and should qualify. Where's LMC for whatever week it is? Where is... I think those are the only things I'm missing. Where's LMC and where's WWC? So LMC, Little Monster Cup, the little cup I'm in. I played Mamaniche. We all know what happened the last time I played Mamaniche. I 6-0'd her. I 6-0'd Mamaniche again this week for LMC. I'm not uploading 6-0s. I will not upload 6-0s against opponents that are my friends. If I 6-0 someone in FWL, you can bet it's coming up. Just because I don't know these people, they're not really... I don't know if I'd call many of them friends. I haven't really connected with a lot of people in FWL. Yeah, so... anyways, that's where LMC is. So there won't be any LMC this week. We'll come back and upload LMC next week versus, I believe it's Torn and the Dutch Pyroars. So, and then as far as where is WWC playoffs. So, I'm just going to toss it out here. I lost in the in the quarterfinals, unfortunately. It was not a good loss. Similar to what happened earlier in the season when I played, then it was Fizzle the Hizzle and the Tampa Bay Weasels. The loss caused me to lose my temper. I acted very poorly in the recording, acted very terribly in some of the things I said. I let my temper get the best of me. It overwhelmed me, and I recorded a terrible video. I did not want to go back and fix it. I got 6-0'd, and it wasn't a nice 6-0, it was a bad 6-0. He never went out from his first Mon. I was playing the Blazing Savage, who most of you guys know is a very good friend of mine, a very good battler, and probably one of the toughest opponents I play on a regular basis because he's part of my front office and he's constantly challenging me. And he's a great battler, and I appreciate it. He gets me prepped very well for these matches. Like, he preps me to the point where we are almost accounting for everything. Unless someone just says something very crazy, we've accounted for almost everything. He's a great dude, great battler. I appreciate the hell out of him being part of my front office. But he 6-0'd me. I said some nasty things because I was angry already that day, and I didn't mean to say what I said towards Savage. I was just super pissed off about some stuff that had happened earlier in the day, and I chose to take it out on Savage. Not right. Never going to post that. That video also has been deleted, just like the one versus Fizzle. Never will it be found. I lost. That's it. Unfortunately, Savage has now lost in the quarterfinals, so we're both out. He played a hell of a match, but that's where WWC is. I will post the final for WWC. I'll just post the match up on here. It'll just be titled WWC Championship, and you guys can watch the championship and all that. Right now, it's Spare Ample, and it will be either SV Torn or Pokemon Champion that play in the finals. So I will get that video up when that match happens. Sorry. And sorry to Rye, because I just took like 5 minutes of your video, or our video, not your video, our video, the team builder, to talk about this. By the way, I don't know if Rye's going to give me anything for like Discords or a Twitter or a Twitch or a YouTube channel to shout out. If he does, check that out in the link down below, and check that out tomorrow in the match down below. If not, just check out the usual stuff that I post down there, my Twitter, my Twitch, my Discord server. Everyone's welcome to join. Just don't be... I don't care, because I'm not monetized anyways. Don't be an asshat. If you're an asshat, that's the quickest way I kick you out of my server. Don't pick fights with people, either. That's a really quick way for me to not enjoy and lose my temper. And then you'll get kicked out. So anyways, we were very scared of Trick Room. Trick Room scares the living crap out of us. So we have Weakness Policy Victini. Speaking of Savage, this thing was Expert Belt until Savage suggested Weakness Policy, and we did some tests with it. And God, this thing is amazing with Weakness Policy for this match this week. With Bolt Strike, V-Create, U-Turn, and Trick Room. So basically, this thing takes a super effective hit from probably the Mawile. Mawile probably crunches. We take that hit, get +1 across the board. Or +1 attack, +1 special attack, +1... That's it, right? It's just +1 attack, +1 special attack. Yeah, 2 stages, +2, sorry. And then we reverse Trick Room on him. While we take the Weakness Policy hit, we reverse Trick Room. And as long as Mawile doesn't have Sucker Punch, which again is a problem, but as long as Mawile doesn't have Sucker Punch, and we can scout around for that, we reverse the Trick Room, and then we just drop V-Creates on his entire team. Even though my low tick's not going to appreciate it, my low tick will get hit by it, and then we'll Bolt Strike it back. The only thing that stops this is Lando coming in and absorbing a Bolt Strike, so we can't really drop the Bolt Strike off the bat. But having that Bolt Strike capability helps us deal with the Milotic, the Greninja. If the Greninja comes in on this and Dark Pulses, we get the plus boost, and then we Bolt Strike it out of here. So Bolt Strike, V-Create, U-Turn. U-Turn is mainly to get some pivoting momentum. If for some reason it's Scarf Greninja or Greninja switches, knowing the Greninja switch is coming, for sure, we can U-Turn around and get out of there, because Bolt Strike does kill, but I don't want, if Lando's still up, I can't predict a Bolt, or can't drop a Bolt Strike and then have a Scarf Lando come back and get me. So U-Turn is until Lando goes down, U-Turn is probably the play, even though our Weakness Policy is boosted. It's still probably going to be U-Turn as the play, just to get out of there. We'll U-Turn on the Greninja, which will still do some damage because it's part Dark type. Or if the Reuniclus wants to come back in and set up another Trick Room, we U-Turn and hurt that thing and actually probably kill it with +2 U-Turn. As far as our spread goes, we went with Max Attack Adamant. We gave it just enough speed to outspeed I think it was my Lodic we were trying to outspeed. I don't remember. I don't honestly. It's been a while. I know this is going up, and and then the match will go up tomorrow, and it'll seem like it's seamless. The match has been played for almost a week now. I'm really bad at recording my team builders because we don't usually settle on a team until the day before the match is played, or the day of the match being played in some cases. So then I play the match, and then I go back and do the team builder. Like, week 4 of FWL has already been played. I just got done playing that. That's why the sweatshirts match. Yeah, I haven't recorded week 4 FWL team builder. So again, I gotta go back and do that. My Lodic. I think my Lodic is what we were building against. If it was like an offensive Milotic. Yeah. So that's why we were trying to get above an offensive Milotic. We were also trying to get above... I'm trying to get above something else, and I can't remember off the top of my head what we were trying to get above as well. Yeah, I don't remember. We were trying to get above something. That's why we went with 160 speed, was to get above something on his team. Again, really bad. I think I'm going to go record the week 4 team builder right after this, just so I remember it, why we did some of this. And then the rest we threw into bulk, just so we could live some hits. We've got Focus Sash, Alolan Ninetales. So the reason we're Focus Sash is because if we can get a nasty plot off, we start punching holes through his team. Ribombee doesn't take a Blizzard. Infernape doesn't take a Moonblast. Rotom-Mow doesn't take a Blizzard. Rhydon doesn't take an HP Ground at +2. Looking here, what else Ninetales was blasting through. Mega Mawile doesn't take a +2 HP Ground. Landorus doesn't take a +2, or doesn't take a regular Blizzard. It does if it's Yachi, but doesn't take a +2 Blizzard. Freeze Dry takes out the Milotic, takes out the Greninja. Reuniclus does not take 2 hits from... Oh, I'm not carrying Blizzard. Freeze Dry. I wasn't carrying Blizzard this week. I'm carrying Freeze Dry. Because it didn't make sense to have double coverage. Yeah, this thing is just a menace to his team once Infernape goes away, because the Scarfed Infernape really outruns me. Granted, if I had to, I could bring this thing in. Yeah, no, Scarfed Ape, I have to get rid of Scarfed Ape, or catch Ape on a switch, so... Yeah, that's why we're sashed, is to get a nasty plot off, or to, yeah, basically to get a nasty plot off, or guarantee get a hit off if need be. We went with 252 attack, again 310 speed. I think this was to get above Infernape. This was so we were faster than a standard Infernape. If it was, that would be the way we'd know if it was Scarfed Ape. Sorry guys, I'm a little hungry. Haven't really eaten today either, so I'm gonna snack a little bit while we do this video. Anyways, this was to be faster than Infernape. Again, we are bringing Mandibuzz. This thing is... I've grown to really love Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz is going to become probably one of those staple mons that appears on teams regularly, along with Alolan Ninetales. I gotta see how points in that work out, but I love Mandibuzz. This thing has been amazing for me this season. It hasn't really got a lot of kills. I don't think it's got any kills. No, actually, Mandibuzz is one of my kill leaders. So, not counting the stats for week 4, Mandibuzz is actually my kill leader at 4 kills. This thing has been taking souls for me. Anyways, I love Mandibuzz. It's grown on me. But as far as this matchup goes, there we are. Roost, Defog, U-Turn, and Brave Bird. Defog to keep rocks off my side of the field because Ninetales' Sash getting broken is not good. Roost just so I can recover stall. Yeah, so I can recover stall if need be. U-turn for momentum to get myself switched out. This thing is actually kind of forced to be a switch into Mawile because it forces Mawile to take damage from Rocky Helmet. And then I can roost back up I'll be, as long as Mawwile's not in Trick Room, I'm faster than it. So I can roost up and heal and just continue to chip down that Mawwile with the Rocky Helmet. And then Brave Bird just to hit hard with stab flying type. To maybe clean if I need to. We went max HP, max defense. There's no reason not to do that this week because he's got a very, outside of Greninja, he has a very physical team for most of what we thought was coming. And really, there's no reason to put a dark move on this for a Uniclus just because that's the only thing it would deal with. Colberberry Metagross came. Oh, I forgot. Oh, yeah. Impish Nature, Rocky Helmet. Okay, we're good. We got this. Metagross. So here is our Trick Room solution. Min Speed Metagross. Negative Speed Nature. We were Brave, so plus attack. Boosted HP. We are slower than, I believe, everything but Mawile to be, if I remember correctly. We're rocking Earthquake, Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, Hammer Arm. Colberberry, Clear Body. Colberberry to stop Pursuit Trapping me. Or to take the hit from Mega Mawile if it wants to crunch on me. And then we EQ back and kill it. Hammer Arm is also on this because it deals with the Snorlax. This was about the only thing we had to check a cursing Snorlax was a Hammer Arm Metagross, because not only if it's in Trick Room, like, Trick Room may not even come to this match, but this team just screams bring Trick Room because I have very little that answers in Trick Room. Hammer Arm is one of those moves that's beautifully built for Trick Room because it lowers your speed a stage. So if, say it's Reuniclus, Rhydon, Mega Mawile. Mega Mawile knows I'm going to be carrying Earthquake for it, so it won't come in. Rhydon can take the hit if it's Eviolite Rhydon from an EQ from Metagross and then hit me back. But here's the beauty of it. Hammer Arm drops your speed one stage. I'm now faster in Trick Room. The more I Hammer Arm, the faster I get. I can get faster than the Mawile and EQ it if I drop a Hammer Arm on the Snorlax or on the, which is good in Trick Room, or on the Rhydon. That's what I was trying to say. We're on the Rhydon. Ice Punch because Lando's probably the switch in here on Metagross if Trick Room is not up. I wanted to run Shuka, but the front office decided that Colbur was better. I wanted to run Shuka because if he led, this was my designated lead. This is my designated lead, this is my designated lead for the match, is the lead meta. That way I can scare most of what he brings in out. He'd have to be scared across the board. He couldn't set Trick Room in front of this thing. He'd have to be scared with Lando. He'd have to be scared with Milotic. Greninja has to be worried about it. Mega Mawile does not take an EQ from this unless it's... no, because it can't be buried. So Infernape would be the only good lead against this, and he'd have to be worried about Zen Headbutting from me, or EQ again. So, Earthquake, Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, Hammer Arm. Anyways, they convinced me that Colbur was better because then it allows me to not get Pursuit Trapped, and it allows me to take a hit from, say, the Greninja or the Mawile, depending on which I'm in front of. But I left Ice Punch on this because if a Scarf Lando is the check-in to this, then I Ice Punch that switch, and if it's not Yachi, it dies. Just because Metagross is so freaking attack heavy. Anyways, so that's why that's there. Thunder Punch is to catch the Greninja or the Milotic, potentially. If Milotic wants to come in and just try to set up defensively on me, or if Greninja wants to come in and hit me with an HP Ground or something, or Dark Pulse me, Scarf Dark Pulse type of thing, or Specs Dark Pulse to try and get rid of Metagross. I can catch it with a Thunder Punch and get it. Hammer Arm also gets it. So, Metagross puts in a lot of work on his team once Mawile goes down, or once Mawile and Landorus go down. This thing can put in a lot of work based on its build, being its max bulk and max attack and min speed. Electros, I believe Electros made its debut with this one. I don't remember. This might have been Electros' debut. I don't remember. Super Fang, Flamethrower, Giga Drain, Volt Switch, Assault Vest, and Levitate as its only ability. The Assault Vest just allows it to check special hits very, very well. This is kind of my special wall for the week, is to bring this thing. Super Fang, I didn't even know this thing got Super Fang until we started looking at it. Super Fang is clutch. It deals with things that want to recover on you, such as a Curse Recycle Snorlax, or a like Reuniclus with Recover type of thing, because Super Fang halves your HP. So I can just continuously have Snorlax and force it to have to recycle instead of continuously setting up curses, because once it gets Super Fang again, it puts it in range of Flamethrower, Giga Drain, Volt Switch, Chip, and if he's not in Trick Room, I just bring in something faster and blow it to pieces. So, this also hurts a Belly Drum set pretty hard if you wanted to Belly Drum Snorlax. So, there's that. Flamethrower deals with the Mawile. Again, I'm not going to be slower than the Mawile. So I wouldn't be faster in Trick Room. I am faster outside of Trick Room. I did run enough speed that if he wanted to run a little bit of speed outside of Trick Room to try and creep like Metagross or something, I ran enough to creep the Mawile outside of Trick Room, in my mind, and sufficient amount to creep the Mawile, unless he just says screw Trick Room and goes full offensive Mawile. This is where we get caught with that, but having this amount of speed, I should beat the Mawile and Flamethrower after, if it switches in on a Super Fang, Flamethrower plus Super Fang should get it. Giga Drain for the Greninja and the Milotic, just so I can heal off of them, try and keep Electros healthy. This thing sits in front of Milotic. It just Super Fangs to stop it from recovering. It's Assault Vested, so it doesn't take... It takes Scalds easily, it takes Ice Beams easily. The only thing is if it drops Toxic on my head. Giga Drain, I can recover off of their recovery. And Volt Switch to pivot out or do big damage to either Milotic or Greninja, but mainly so I could pivot out into something else, such as Ninetales or Metagross or Victini. We are Modest Nature, so plus the special attack. We went full HP investment because that would allow me to live a hit from Mawile on a Sliver and then retaliate with a Flamethrower if we're in Trick Room. Finally, and this is its last appearance, I did trade Togekiss. I didn't make a free agent trade. I traded with Hefnasty and the St. Louis Charizards, who we play in Week 5, by the way. We traded Togekiss for Conkeldurr. This week when I was playing, this week when we were team building, I really realized I don't have that check to, now that I've dropped Hitmonlee, I don't have a check to bulky steel types, to bulky normal types, to things that I need heavy fighting firepower with. And Hefnasty wanted to get rid of Conkeldurr, which is also tier 2. The thought was to drop Togekiss, pick up Hakamoto, drop Garchomp, and pick up Zeraora, but I have Electros, so I don't really need Zeraora. And yeah, so, and we didn't want to blow our last 2 moves yet. So instead, I found a trade partner for Togekiss, and we swapped Togekiss for Conkeldurr. So starting next week, we will have our big punchy concrete Conkeldurr boy. So Togekiss is making its last appearance this season with Wish, Baton Pass, Heal Bell, and D-Gleam. Super Luck, trying to get some crits, and lefties just so we can recover. Mix the defenses, that way we could be defensive across the board, max HP. We are running Modest just so that Dazzling Gleam hits a little harder. If Greninja were to switch in on this, or Infernape or something, maybe we get a crit and hit with a boosted D-Gleam. Heal Bell because I could easily see Milotic dropping a ton of Toxics, or if he chooses not to go Trick Room, my team is incredibly fast. I have a lot of speed on my team around the board, which is why Trick Room is a good play against me, is I don't have a lot that sits in Trick Room very well. So I could see Paras getting thrown around to try and slow me down, so having Heal Bell to clear those Toxic and those Paras is very, very clutch in my mind. And then if I start to get chipped down, I just start baton passing wishes around the board. It's kind of what I've done with Togekiss in the 3 weeks I've had it. It's just been support Kiss that baton passes, which is why I don't really care for Togekiss. I liked it to begin with, but I don't really care for it now. That's why I was ready to dump it and move it. Plus, I have Mandibuzz as a flying type, plus I have Ninetales as a fairy type. The only downside is now I don't have a Wish user. I don't have a Wish passer. I don't really think I need one. It's just too much of a crutch. Having Mandibuzz as my defensive wall, having Electros that I can run as defensive, having Trevenant that can be run defensive. I think I have decent enough defense on the team, Araquanid being defensive, that I was ready to go get Conkeldurr, get an offensive fighting type that I could break through. Because Snorlax was also a problem this week. Not only was Trick Room, but Snorlax. Because Snorlax gets better in Trick Room when it curses. And outside of Snorlax, if it gets too many, or outside of Trick Room, if it gets too many curses up, we're in trouble. So, that's going to be the team for this week. Again, if Rye sent me anything to post in this video in the description down below, go check it out, go check them out. Otherwise, check out my Twitch, my Twitter, my Discord if you want. Hopefully we can pick up a win. The video for the match goes up tomorrow. If we win, it takes us to 2-1, which is pretty good to sit after 3 weeks. Otherwise, we'll be 1-2 and behind the 8 ball again. So, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.